basically, let's give people a list of ways of becoming more insulin sensitive.
Yeah,
Other
yeah,
than
yeah.
fasting and putting on muscle. Those are two good ways
Okay,
there.
got it. Got it. Okay. Oh, this is fun. I did in the book in Eat Like a Girl, I did a checklist because so many people are like, I'm doing all the right things. Why am I not losing weight? So I created a checklist. So I'll go through some of the checklists right now. The first one is a really fun one, which is eat only in the light. So when it's dark out, melatonin goes up. And when melatonin goes up, your cells become more insulin resistant. So that dinner the pasta dinner that you want to eat at 9 o'clock in the dark, and if you eat that pasta dinner at 5 o'clock, you're actually going to your cells are going to be able to take that in better than if you ate it at 9 o'clock. Because your cells, as it gets time as melatonin comes in, it gets time for bed, they become more insulin resistant. This is why all the night eaters, like, I can't help my night eating. I'm like, if you want to know timing of food, just eat in the light when melatonin's not around. So that's one. My other favorite one, not food related, is when cortisol comes in, you want to move. So cortisol is a hormone that is meant to make you move away from the stimulus, move away from the stressor. So when cortisol comes in, you want to make sure that you're moving. So the worst thing you can do is be sitting in your office, have somebody come into your office, deliver you some terrible news, and then you stay sitting. Get up and use that cortisol. Move with that cortisol. I did during the pandemic. You should have seen me. I was like walking circles around my neighborhood. Every time I had a stressful thought, I put on my shoes and I would just do literally one circle around the block, because I was like, I don't want this cortisol to sit in my body. I want to use it. It's meant for movement. So that would be another really interesting one. The third one that this behavior gets a lot of press, but I don't think we think of it in terms of insulin sensitivity. But one of your best tools for burning fat is sleeping. Are you prioritizing sleep? So like, I remember with patients all the time that they would be like, well, I can't lose weight. But then when you break it down and you look at their sleep, they're like getting 5-6 hours of sleep a night. I'm like, there's no way your body can burn fat and operate off of this 5 or 6 hours. You're going to have to prioritize sleep in order for that, your body to be able to release all of, repair itself while you're sleeping, just like fasting. And then, the list, we go on toxins. Make sure you're not those obesogens. I had a whole list of obesogens in Eat Like a Girl, where I talk about these are the chemicals that are taking your stem cells and they are literally reprogramming them to make fat cells. So get off the toxins, because these obesogens are literally making you fat without you doing anything different. They have reprogrammed your cells and now they're making fat cells. There's some really interesting research coming out of England right now that the size of children, the height size of children, is shrinking. Meanwhile, the weight size is increasing. So I dove into a couple of studies on obesogens. I quote them all in the new book. But what I found is that there are certain obesogens that take the stem cells in children that were meant to make bone cells, and it reprograms it to make a fat cell. So now you have this obesity epidemic going on in children because of the chemicals that we're exposed to, not just in our food, but in our beauty products and all of that. And they've changed this marvelous thing called a stem cell, and they have it making a fat cell. So get off the toxins, know your obesogens, get off of that stuff. And then the last one I'll say for the sake of this conversation that I really think needs to be emphasized is you cannot become insulin sensitive if you are in a chronic stress state. Because the nature of stress, when cortisol comes in, is the body's like, okay, we need to get away from the tiger. So it purposely keeps glucose and blood sugar in the system so that you have glucose for the muscles to be able to run. So let's use, you're sitting on your couch, or let's use the younger generation right now. They're sitting on their couch. They bring up their phone, they go onto Instagram, they see all the things that they're not doing and all the ways they're not good enough. The cortisol is going up. They're making themselves more insulin resistant, and they haven't even gotten off the couch or put anything in their mouth. So stress absolutely will shut down your body's ability to be insulin sensitive.
If you enjoyed that clip, you're going to want to head over here and catch a full episode. I'll see you over there.
If you're feeling more confused than ever, then let's just come back to some basic principles like these 5 foundational food ideas and learning how to fast. And you will see so much change.